Hello YouTube and welcome to Chef Lethal Plays Path of Exile slow walkthrough series. I am Chef Lethal. Let's get started. First, before we get into anything, I want to say congratulations to me. This is the 10th official episode. It's technically, I guess, the 11th because I had an episode 0. But I haven't had a series last this long since I played Minecraft on my channel. Crazy talk. You may hear my doggos in the background as well. And I think the popping audio issue has been completely fixed, and I made some other adjustments, so we'll see how this one goes. But we are here at the end of Act 1, and something had dawned on me the other day. I was thinking, you know, here we are, level 16, we're doing a Righteous Fire Juggernaut build, and some of you might be wondering, Chef, what the heck, man? When do we get Righteous Fire? So, that's actually an interesting question, and I just realized my computer may have restarted overnight, and I did not have Path of Building open. Alright, so if we go to the Righteous Fire Juggernaut, so we're basically here, right? If I go back to the game and look at my passive tree, we did end up getting this notable. So we're up to date here. Now, if we look at the skills, if we go to the drop down, all right, so 17 to 31 is when we start to see Righteous Fire. We can't use Righteous Fire until we have good fire resistance. I'm pretty sure. So we're going to continue to follow the guide here. And we're going to continue to look for items as we go along and hopefully get our sockets figured out, because that's right now the most important thing. So I'm going to just check really quick. Go talk to Tarkley.
Welcome.
And let's see if he's got anything that's kind of interesting for us. Don't see anything. This is kind of interesting, but they're not linked. So that's not great for us. This red, blue is kind of interesting, but I need it colors. I could try to hit this with a chromatic orb and see what happens. These are strength-based gloves, so there's a higher chance that red sockets are gonna get put on it. So if I go back to here, Path of Building, and I look at some of the skills that we're going to be needing to use, like Purity of Elements, that's going to be a one-off. We don't need to have that linked to anything. Herald of Ash is another one that's an aura. We don't need that linked to anything. Same with Vitality. Armageddon Brand should be a 3 blue link, and Searing Bond is a alone by itself. Okay, Righteous Fire, ideally we would have 3 blue and a red. Flame Wall can be by itself, and Rolling Magma ideally would be 3 blue. So, I can buy this and hope that we get another blue socket on it, but I don't think that's very likely. So I'm going to ignore this right now. There's no armor that matches what we need. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know, we're doing okay. We're not really in any major danger as far as, you know, dying or anything really bad happening. So we're going to make our way to the Act 2 village and fight some monsters along the way, of course, and hopefully just have a good time chatting it up and never tell your password to anyone. It's a bad time. All right, I got my map open and I'm just going to start. So, last episode we killed Mervale, and we finished up Act 1. Now we're in the jungle here. We got fun and games. Orb of Fusing. Okay, this is excellent, actually. This is a great item. Starting to get some new currencies. We're going to see a lot of new things, I think, in Act 2. The Orb of Fusing, it reforges the links between sockets on an item. So if I use this Orb of Fusing on my boots, you can see I've got a red and a blue that are socketed. They're linked. And then this third red one is not linked. So I could use this, right click and then left click on my boots, and a few things could happen. This third link could plop in and I get a 3-link boot. This link could disappear and this up and down link could happen. All the links could disappear, or I get or that's it, right? That's all the options. No links, this link changes, or we get 3 links. Obviously, the more links, the more sockets you have in an item, the greater possibility of options that can happen. So just something to keep in mind. We're gonna be using a lot of those. Guarantee it. Those and chromatic orbs we're gonna be using a ton of. Just the nature of the game. So I'm gonna continue to drop down some flame walls with my totem. Pick up this rare axe. Flame wall is ready to upgrade, but we're not smart enough to do it, so I'm gonna right click that so it goes away. And just gonna keep on following the path here. Should be coming up to some more monsters. Some rare monsters here. I'm gonna try to surround my totem with flame walls. Maybe blink out of there and... Oh, that's right, I forgot that I have Leap Slam. So Leap Slam is a movement skill. I'll take this as well. Leap Slam is a movement skill that's it's like a dash skill and a blink skill. So I told you there's a few different ones, but Leap Slam will literally you jump, right? And you kind of do this cool Leap Slam. And it does use a little bit of mana every time, but it's a good way to get up on ledges. You can kind of get yourself jumped into a pack of monsters here. And or you could bounce yourself out of there if you don't have Frost Blink as well. I like using Frost Blink because it can be used as a damage skill. But I also like Leap Slam because it's cheaper and it has a really low cooldown, and I think it's just a better skill in general. So I don't okay, so there, I was just gonna say I don't actually know where I need to go. Need to go right there. So we've got this guy, this head killer. I don't know what his name is, but he's looking like a tough dude. We're gonna kill him. Okay, grab this ring, and we don't need those items. I'm not gonna pick them up. Do want to kind of investigate the full area here. So we've got some more dudes down here. Up here. Oh, we got a special monster. Oh, and we got to level up too. Good stuff. Try to lure him into the flames here. I think he's targeting my totem, which is nice. Keep doing rolling magma. There we go. Good. This guy. Oh, we reached a dead end. So now hit my Quicksilver, and I'm gonna run back to the doorway that I saw up here after I kill these guys. I don't even have to kill them. I will let my totem do the job. Click on this while I'm here. Gonna run the rest of the way, let my mana recharge, and I'm gonna level up Vitality, because why not? 3, 2. We made it to the southern forest. I'm going to go ahead and grab this level up while we're here. Okay, so now I can compare this to the Path of Building. And we are on par with exactly where we need to be. We are level 17. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to change this. Oh yeah, try to find intelligence early via a lapis amulet. Didn't really do that. Okay, so 17 to 31. Running RF, make sure your fire res is cap and you have fire mastery allocated. So we're not quite there yet, but in each of these orbs are mastery skills that you can get. So we are going to focus on that, but you have the option to pick out of several different options. So if I look here, well, I have to get there first, but so I'm gonna grab this elemental resistances based on the Path of Building. Okay, and then we're gonna be able to go into Diamond Skin. This is not a mastery. Some of them have mastery. Bleeding Mastery. Here we go. This is a good example. Bleeding Mastery. So when I allocate this this mastery, I can pick which one of those I want. But I don't think we need to do that. We need to work our way up to Fire Mastery. That's going to be important. Actually, we don't need to work our way up there. We are already up there. Easy peasy. So, okay, this will be good. We need to make sure that we have full fire resistance, which we do not. We're in bad shape with fire resistance. That is for dang sure. Okay, but now we've got a whole slew of new NPCs we can talk to. Einhar is the best. He's amazing. He's funny, and he's in charge of one of the old league mechanics that we're going to be introduced to in this Act 2. Aramir, he's an old guy who wants us to stop bandit lords from attacking. Groost, he hunts boars and hunts to feed my people, his people. Yena, she's the keeper of the spirit. And there's Silk, and we are the same. Easy peasy. Right, every area is going to have your stash, so, and it carries over, so you don't have to go back or do anything in different areas of the game. I will investigate some of these items that we got. I don't know if we're going to get into too much action here this episode, but we'll see. Okay, this ring is pretty good. 11 to fire resistance. That's pretty much the best part of it. It's got 21 max life, which is nice, and 11 fire resistance, which is nice. The other three, the adds cold damage, adds lightning damage, and gain life per enemy hit, those are what I would call dead mods, where they don't really affect our build. They're not really going to give us anything. So this is where we have to play a little game of, is it worth it? So I would be trading 22% cold resistance for a little bit of fire resistance, and that is one I'm going to take because I have so much cold resistance. I'm not at the maximum. The maximum by default is 75%, and in the end game that has, we have a way of increasing that a little bit, but I want to bring, I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of cold res to get our fire resistance up. So I'm holding control and I can look at yeah, so I'm going to take out the catalyzing sapphire ring of the doodad. You got to be careful when you do this stuff too, because this ring has +3 to all attributes. So if I was running pretty close to my attribute limit on, say, one of my gems, if I then took this ring off, that gem is now going to be unusable, and I have to find a way to either get those attributes back, don't use the upgraded ring, or do other things that I'm not willing to talk about now. So right now our resistances, they're not great. It's only Act 2 though. I don't really care. But it's nice. It's relatively even. This is good. This is good. And then looking at the items here, nothing too great for us. I'm not too interested in checking this out. I will check out this helmet though. This has there's some more cold resistance. So we haven't really run into an issue with life, and because we're over leveled, I think we're gonna be okay. But I think this helmet's gonna be better for us. It's got more armor, one more energy shield, and it's got that 8% cold resistance. And I can just take this Frost Blink, plop it right in there, and then go like that. So there we go. That's all settled. I'm curious about something though. If I'm going to the skills and I look at Frost Blink, there's something that we can do. And I don't know.
Hello.
It's not in the build guide. Just curious if we have the ability to do it here. There's nobody here that sells gems. I'd have to go back to Act 1 to Nessa. But there's a way to convert cold damage to fire damage with a support gem, and I could support Frostblink with that gem so that it actually looks at more of our fire damage instead of this. But we don't really use it as a damage skill, so that's not really... It's kind of a moot point right now. The boots... these have the same link here. Let me just take a look at them. A look-see. More cold resistance. More life. Okay, these are better boots for us for sure, and we don't have to sacrifice anything. This is better in every single way, and we get 15% increased movement speed, which is maybe the most important attribute you can get on boots. And it's linked still with the red-blue, so we're not going to lose out on that, so I can just... Oh, I don't even need it linked. That's okay. Alright, so I'm going to take that out, and then we have Molten Shell here. Don't want to forget that. Molten Shell will go on my movement skill. Where is it? There it is. Move it from here. And you know what? I still have Heavy Strike. You know what? I'm not using it. I don't need it to confuse me. I'm a simple-minded fellow. Oh, great. That's that. And now we can go to Groost and sell all of these items. Get currency. And hit our stash. Right, so I've had to do a couple of cuts in this episode just based on life happening, so I don't actually know how long that this has gone. But let's go ahead and get started here in Act 2 and actually try to get something done. So you can choose either direction to go out of the forest encampment. You can go left or right. I'm going into the old fields. These are monster level 14. We're level 17. So we're in the old fields. So we can head this way to travel to the western fort. I know my directions. So one of the bandits is going to be up here. There's 3 bandits that we have to deal with. If you listen to Aramir, he tells you all this, but I don't listen to him. So I'm going to continue to try to just work my way up that way. Killing things along the way and just general doing things that we're supposed to do. You can pretty much just follow the road. That's what I'm going to do here. I'm not going to veer too much. Just veer. Uh-oh. Why did I say that? And then the road disappears. Oh, good, good. We just need the construction crew to come out here and fix us up. But that's okay. Oh, we got a big guy. He's not very nice. Don't let his name fool you. His name is literally nice. I'm gonna let him target. Oh, he's targeting my phantasms. This is excellent. Oh, there he goes. Burn him down. Very nice. Very, very good. Very good. I'll take the gloves. The gloves might be interesting. I'm gonna... Oh, I hit my Quicksilver and then I ran into another pack of monsters. I want to get out of my way. Ooh, another Orb of Fusing. I told you, Act 2 is when we're going to start to see some new stuff. That was a good luck thing there. Okay, so here's the den. So here's where we have a quest here that I believe Yina gave us that we can do. Lots of little guys here. Just gonna try to walk through and occasionally put down things. The tight pathways can either be a curse or a blessing. And kind of just based on what I'm seeing, kind of a blessing right now, because our firewall pretty much takes up whole aisle. And we can just let them die. We got a strong box. I definitely want to check this out after I clear up the area. Dramatic orb drop. Good stuff. Okay. I'm gonna do flame wall this, get out of there, and blink away. I just saw the explosion, so I know we're safe. And okay, see, this big bear was attacking me, and then it saw that I have a totem there, and it decided to attack the totem instead, which I appreciate. Thank you for not continuing to beat up on me. And so nothing really great dropped there. All right. Keep on moving. Let me top up my mana. Nice. Oh, there's the Great White Beast. Oh, he's attacking all of our minions and stuff, so this is easy peasy. Easy peasy. Pick up the ring. That'll give us some lightning resistance too. It's nice. And the game does a pretty good job. If you have to go into an area and then exit out of the same area, it does a pretty good job at putting an exit near where you need to be, like for the boss, just like that. Just step away for another moment. Okay, so this has been admittedly a very annoying recording session, but it is what it is. You don't care. You don't need to know about my drama. For the strongbox, we'll take a look at what this is. Now, since strongboxes are like items, and this is a white item, I could go grab an orb of alteration and make this magic and have it have special properties. I'm not going to do it because we don't have a lot of currency. I'm just going to open it up and try to kill everything in here. See if anything good. Oh, gotta kill that guy. I got a wisdom scroll, that's not bad. And I will level up Leap Slam. Not that we really need to, but why not? And just following the lay of the land here. Nice. Oh, we found the road again. So there's where it left us off. So here's the road. We pick up right where we kind of were. And just head up to the crossroads. Try to run through, find the waypoint. Should be near the road. Getting to a lot of guys here, so we'll just try to disperse. There it is. I'll head here, head back home. Dump everything out. Well, let's talk to Yena first.
The white beast.
And we get to pick what we want. We already have a Quicksilver Flask. And here's another thing. I've mentioned how you can hit control to compare items. Like I control hover over this leather cap. It will compare it to the helmet that we have right now. But if I hit Alt, it gives us additional information regarding the item. So here we can see it's an item level. This belt right here is at item level 14. It requires you to be level 8. And it tells you about the implicit modifier and the roll range that can happen. So this belt, based on the implicit modifier, it can be anywhere between 25 to 35 additional strength. So this roll of 26 is not great. But we can look also at a more advanced item, and we can see for this one, see the strength roll at the bottom. It's a suffix modifier. It's a tier 9 attribute suffix modifier. So the tiers for attribute modifiers can go from, I think, 10 or 12 down to 1, and 1 is the best. You want a tier 1 modifier. Like, ideally, perfect end game scenario, all of your rolls are T1, best is best of the best. That's highly unlikely and very expensive to do, and we're not going to talk about that right now. It is worth noting that my prefix modifier to reflect physical damage to melee attackers is a tier 1 roll. It's a low level tier 1 roll, but it's tier 1. It's a good idea to show that. So anyway, I can look at some of these things. So this Quicksilver Flask is an item level 15, and the one that we have is an item level 3. So the likelihood if we enchant our flask of getting a better modifier is higher on this Quicksilver. And I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna go for the belt, although we have a decent belt. But you know what? We don't have an enchanted mana flask. Let's do mana. Let's do a mana flask. Okay, and now we can identify it. See what we got. Grants immunity to bleeding. I have that on. Oh no, this is actually really, really good. So it recovers 120 mana. It's already better than that. And it will grant immunity to bleeding and corrupted blood if used while we have that affliction. Nice. Check out this topaz ring. Oh boy, this is immediately better than the topaz ring of the brute that we have. We slightly lose out on lightning res, but we get some life. We get some mana regeneration. That's a no-brainer for me. And this belt is just a plain old belt. You need the blue there. And green, red. Okay, the rest of this isn't worth anything. I'm going to talk to Yina and talk to whoever. You can sell your items to whomever. It does not matter. And I'm going to sell all that. And then just to finish out the episode, I'm going to allocate the Fire Mastery node. And according to the Path of Building tree, that needs to be regenerate 1 life per second for each 1% uncapped fire resistance. So I just left clicked to select it, and it's regenerate 1 life per second for each 1% uncapped fire resistance. And I'm going to hit apply. Okay, cool effect there. And now, does that mean we can use it? No, it says RF at 17 if max fire res and mastery. So we don't have maxed out fire damage or fire resistance. So that's something that we work on. So we can use righteous fire, but we have a ways to go. But at least we'll have some pretty decent life regeneration because we're 50 below the maximum. And if I go back to here, regenerate 1 life per second. So we're gonna get 50 life per second, which is a chunk. What is that? 10%? 10% life regen. That's kind of crazy. But yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you, as always, so much for watching. Feel free to hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying what you are seeing. As usual, all of the relevant links are down in the description, and I will see you next time.